What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream. Hopefully, you're all doing well. I am tired as always, but it's good to see you. Oh man, so as alluded to yesterday during my Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge speedrun madness, that I was going to take today off, be pretty easy stream, just nothing really too complicated, and basically just play some arcade games. Watching my readout for the audio mixer not really playing too smooth like, which has me worried about OBS already, but whatever. We're gonna roll with it. So today's a pretty relaxed stream. I love arcade games. I got the latest version of Final Burn Neo, and I actually like it a lot better than MAME. I do have a pretty recent ROM set for MAME. It was it MAME.228. I have that ROM set. I think they're up to like 3.2 or 2, yeah, 0.232 for MAME, but I mean, they just keep updating it constantly. But MAME to me always has this weird problem with delay inputs and things don't quite work out right. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, play a Street Fighter game, it becomes obvious super quick. So I have MAME, MAME ROM set on here hooked up into my Final Burn Neo version 1.0.0.02, which is the latest version, and we're going to run that through. Let me switch over and get this hooked in real fast. I don't have this set up right. We'll see if it reads it automatically. Okay, cool. It still does. It's the wrong window size. That's fine. We can fix it when we start up a game. So let me load this up. I'm going to pick something kind of fun. Let's see. Let's do a CPS 1 game. I'm going to adjust the filters for this. Everyone always goes to Cadillac and Dinosaurs, which is really good. I mean, it's a fun game. I play that quite often on the stream whenever I do arcade streams, but let's do something a little bit different. I haven't done it in a while. Let me scroll down to it. Well, just type it in the search then. There we go. There, it looks about center here. Start down a little bit, of course. Alright, so of course the only big problem I have with this system is that when you go and start a new game, there's not like a universal setting for everything. Like you can kind of do for MAME, is that you have to set the controls for every game you play, for every controller you use. So it's kind of annoying, but hopefully it's working through. Also, I have my NVIDIA broadcast turned on, so hopefully that will also remove any types of clacks and clicks and slams of the arcade stick I am using. I'm mapping my inputs right now. Alright, let's test see how everything's going so far. For photographic, that's different. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Cue sound, please. Let's see. Demo sound on. We're good. All right. So I usually play as Stinger. He's kind of like he's kind of like more of a combat guy. Of course, you also have the best mayor ever, Hagar. Look, it's totally not T-Hawk. Oh no! Not good already. Isn't there weight classes? Come on. Every time I try to jump, it like grabs me. Why would I give up? Hey, Under the Pale, what's up? Thanks for the raid. Very cool as I'm getting my butt kicked at this game I have not played in many years. Can I pin him? Nope. Nope, there we go. Now pin. Oh yeah, it's a fun one. It is actually a game that I never got to see or play in the wild until Callus, the first CPS1 emulator, came out in like 1998, 99. And I was like, oh my god, I missed this amazing game. And of course I didn't know it was on Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis either, but oh, it's fun. Make this look fast. Now we do it with your sister. Would have better if you said daughter, just to mess with Hagar. Never played it at all. What? They did make a sequel to this, and it is like radically different in gameplay. And supposedly the character Gunlock is actually like Guile's brother. Oh yes. Other things in Callus, come on, there was like Galaxy dinosaurs and all the Street Fighter 2 games. Yeah, I guess you could say this is like, I don't know if this is supposed to be a prequel or not, because he was quote-unquote a wrestler, so it'd be cool if this was what happened before he became the mayor in the events of Final Fight. That would be pretty awesome. I haven't looked up any lore, there probably is confirmation of it though. Okay, I'm not sure why I'm jumping like that. I'm always hitting the jump button. Uh-oh. Oh yes, Power Battles was another cool one. I was just like, what is this game? Because I thought I knew like all the games in the arcade and stuff, and then like emulation kind of like really opened my eyes. Like I didn't know how many games I'd really missed out. Yeah, Cody I did not like in the Alpha series at all. My brother was a Guy main. So I had to put up with him in like Street Fighter Alpha. I was like, oh no. Oh, come on. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Yeah, Cody I never liked in the Alpha series at all. I just thought it was just too weird of a character. And then Street Fighter 4 had him in there, and he just had like this weird like chain sound constantly. And they gave him like weird like frames on top of it. Like you had way too much recovery going against his moves. Like he was, like he just was such a good like overpowered character in that game. So I pretty much avoided Cody in the Alpha series for sure. I have no idea what causes throws. It was like, okay, it kind of did it there. Well, that too. It's like, it's just over all around. I mean, it's like, oh, we're gonna make him a convict because he couldn't stop fighting. It's like, what? Why? It's dumb. Wow, a computer really wants me dead right now. It's like, okay, you hit the third round, it's time to really start we want more of your money. Okay, so it seems like if you're down above him, if you're down below him, and you attack kind of moving up, you can do a throw, it looks like. Or he'll just throw you. It was just everything all around. It's like he was just kind of like more like traditional. He was kind of like a straight boxer type deal with like a little bit of kind of like almost like a Savat style, like, you know, where his kicked and his flair to him. But it was just so radical departure from everything. I'm just like, okay, so did like anyone involved in Capcom know about the previous games, or they just kind of had somebody who was in a fever, you know, fever delirious, trying to tell them about it, and they're like, I think we got it. So we're boss characters, and don't know how to select them though. Oh yeah, I got it. Oh my gosh, Hagar is so slow. I mean, naturally, but... For me. Of course, as I remember back in the day too, people were like, wow, man, even not even like back in the day, like still to this day, like Hagar needs to be in a Street Fighter game. I'm like, we have Zangief. He does all the same moves. What would the difference be? Just thinking back, like, I wonder, like, when it was that they decided to change Yeef's ending in the game. It's even like when Street Fighter 2 came out, the Soviet Union was gone. They still had, like, oh, he's fighting for Soviet USSR, and he's gonna dance with Gorbachev. It's like, when did they like realize like, maybe we should just kind of update his endings, you know? And of course, it gets me right for the last second. He played Street Fighter V, I'm sorry. Did a bit of a scenario, more pride of the fight than being bolsters. Yeah, basically turned him like, my character is now I have muscle. Okay. It's like, that's all he's about now. It's like, muscle, we need to have more muscle, muscle. It's like, what the hell, Capcom? You could have given him some kind of personality other than just like mindless muscle guy, just focused on that. There's a lot wrong with the Street Fighter series. Let's try it, not Blanca. I mean, it's like, yeah, I tried it. I have a long history of Street Fighter V and my dislike for the game. Because I was part of the betas, and they were great. Like, the very first beta was a lot of fun. It played like Ultra Street Fighter 4. Combo system was a lot of fun, and it made sense. It was pretty much the same as like a Ultra Street Fighter 4, so lights into heavies, like lights into mediums into heavies, it worked. It made sense. And there was no input delay, everything was fast, it felt great when you could get the game to load, it was amazing. And then like around the third beta, that's when we started seeing changes happen. And that's when I went, okay, this is not good. They changed around the combo system, and I started noticing that it was getting harder and harder for moves to come out. It was like there's this weird input delay to it. And it was not fun at all. And then, of course, the game came out, and it was clearly unfinished. They focused more on esports. They had to get the game out. We have to get for these different tournaments to make more money back on it. We'll finish the game later, and that was not a good strategy. It took them years. I mean, I played the game not too long ago, and it has improved, but it's not fun at all. It's such a shame. Hoping with Ono out of the way now that they're able to go through and kind of course correct back on what made Street Fighter fun. Right, it's exactly, and 5 was like, okay, we're gonna have mediums and mediums into maybe a light or a heavy. We're not sure, it's gonna vary per character. It's like, so you can't just pick up somebody and figure it out. And then the moveset was so bizarre, like you had... Ken was just like had different moves entirely, like his Hurricane Kick was so screwed up. It just was not fun to play. And then you had like the 8 frames of delay at the start, which is a problem. And then it was also dependent upon other factors too, like, come on guys. Like other things. So you had 8 frames, and then it'd also be any lag you'd have on your monitor or your television. Add that on top of it. And then turned out certain types of controllers were also different too. So depending on your controller, you could actually be adding 1 to 2 frames of input lag. So certain people were trying to play this game with up to like 12 to 13 frames of input delay, which is impossible to do. It's like, it was just god awful. And people were like, well, maybe you just need a better television. It's like, I was playing on PC and I have a gaming monitor. I have no lag. So it's like, and I found that if I was using my Fight Stick Pro, like I'm using right now, it would add 2 frames of input lag to it. So I was trying to fight through 10 frames of input delay. It was insane. And I am very sensitive to input delay and lag like that, so it's like this is not going to work. So finally Capcom managed to get it down. At first they said, oh, there's nothing we can do, you guys are just crazy. And Capcom finally got it right. I mean, so now it's variable, however. It's like about 4 to 6 frames variable, so it's not set, so you still have certain moves sometimes just get delayed out, the timing's weird on it. It's just such a pain in the ass. So the game is pretty much screwed up, and of course they keep saying like, we have rollback. They do. They took the form of like GGPO, and they decided because it's a Japanese company, this is how they do it over there, that we can't rely on Western sources. It's something we have to do ourselves. We are going to make this our own thing. And they started screwing with it, and they just fucked it all over. I mean, there's no other polite way to say it without swearing. It's like they just screwed it up horrendously. And thankfully, Guilty Gear, Arc System is finally realizing that, like, oh, wait a minute. People want rollback netcode. It's been around since 2006. This problem has been solved. What the hell is our problem? So they're getting rid of input delay for a lot of things. They're getting rid of... Because basically the input delay was to try to hide their terrible... what was it here? Just like it was trying to hide the netcode, basically. So they're trying to make it feel like you're playing the same online and offline by delaying your inputs, which is totally stupid. So finally, places like, or companies like our system are starting to figure it out with the new Guilty Gear, although I have problems with that still. Really hoping that the new beta, well, the next one that's coming out, the 13th, at least address some of the issues. Probably won't, though. Yes, I had no idea how to do special moves. I know there are special moves in this. Other than that... So for me, my favorite Street Fighters by far were Street Fighter Alpha 2 and Street Fighter 3. 4 took some time to get it right. I mean, by the time Ultra rolled around, it was pretty decent. It was like it's when they had kind of things more balanced out and more acceptable. Yeah, I never really played much as Angie, so I'm looking forward to give him a go, because I did try it out. I have like a kind of weird relationship with Guilty Gear, is that I've always been in the past like, oh yeah, Guilty Gear games, these are fun, and I play them for like an hour, and then I don't touch them for years. I'm like, why? Why am I like this? So then I have to like rediscover the game every single time. So I tried them out in, what was it, Guilty Gear Accent Core Plus R Hyper Fighting Mega Edition. That also has GGPO now, which is really good. I actually played a guy in Japan, got my ass kicked, and it wasn't because of net, it was because I sucked. It was like, I wasn't even mad, it's like the netcode felt like he was playing right next to me, it was insane. So I tried out Angie, I'm like, okay, he's kind of cool. He's got some neat pressure mechanics with the butterflies. But he controls differently. I mean, he really does feel kind of different for the pacing. So it is an adjustment for me for playing like mostly Saul and Kai, I should say, Jam. So you go from like this kind of fast movements here to like kind of more slow, deliberate pacing. It will really throw you off if you're not used to it. Yep, so Angie's actually supposed to be in the new beta coming out in 5 more days, so... Yeah, Guilty Gear is a game that I'm trash at, but I have so much fun playing. Pardon me. And speaking about like Street Fighter V changing things in, Strive did the same stuff. They literally changed up the combo system, um, the different structures for it, how you can like how it all works. It's all been changed around. So it's kind of like, so you used to be able to like hit somebody, launch somebody into the air with dust, and you could do all sorts of different combos and chains and have a lot of fun. And that's been pretty much removed. Like you can maybe, if you know the sequence per character, it's not universal now. But if you know the sequence per character, you can get maybe 4 to 5 hits off of a dust launcher. That's it. And it was, when I was playing the last beta for Strive, I actually fired up Xrd. I was like, okay, let's see if this works. And I pulled off this like 14-hit combo off of a dust loop. I'm like, oh, like off of a dust launcher. I'm like, okay, it's just not just me. It's like this game is super responsive compared to Strive. So it's just things I'm hoping they eventually will figure out and eventually patch or fix. I haven't heard anything about it. Of course, to be honest, I didn't really know anything about the franchise to begin with, so I was not their target market. But it's been all quiet. But with E3 coming up next month, we'll probably hear more about it, I'm going to assume. Well, that's what they're all doing. You wait out for these different announcements. I mean, it's been 41 months since we've last heard or seen anything from Bayonetta 3. And the entire Bayonetta speedrunning community every single time is like, man, maybe today's the day. Nope. We get nothing. Alright, let's switch up games here, because I keep dying on this one. Alright, so what other CPS1 games do I have? So I'm running Final Burn Neo, and I linked up my MAME into this, which is probably a bad idea, because it's showing lots of things here that's supposed to be filtering out to CPS1, and these are not CPS1 games. Okay, here we go. There we go. Power Fighters. Yeah, we can do that. So it's Mega Man. What, you mean like the Power Battle, or? So I'm not seeing one here, Power Fighters, unless it's something else. Mega Man 2, the Power Fighters. I think that might have been a CPS2 game, actually. That's fine. We can switch over to that and take a look. Yeah, that was a CPS2. Mega Man 2, the Power Fighters. There we go. So I was looking, I had it filtered for CPS1, I couldn't find it. I was like, whoa, okay. There it is. Now, I love Final Burn Neo because I told you, like, I was sensitive to input delay, and this actually runs games, CPS games, the correct speed and lots of other things that MAME does not currently. But the big downside is that you have to map your buttons for every game. There's no universal map like you can do in MAME. Let's see, attack, jump, and select. Alright, time to be trash at this game, and pause. I always like to have a pause button set. Mega Man on Game Gear. No, Pat. Wrong. Also good to see you, my friend. Haven't seen you here in a long time. Hope you're doing well. You're 20XX. We're running out of room when that could be. Okay, that tells me a lot. 1 coin, 9 credits. Continue on. Normal. Why is the timer 89 by default? That's weird. 89 or 69. Insert giggle here. Okay, that's fine. Well, it could have been worse though, Pat. I mean, you could have said Mega Man DOS. I mean, that would have been the ultimate, why, God, why was I punished to do this? We will let the intro play through this, because it's been a while since I've actually played these games. Happily, I like how they have the P's. They're lowercase, but capitalized. Oh, come on, you don't like the bird, bird to the ground, bird, bird, bird to the ground, bird to the ground, bird. I can't remember if I ever played X7 on stream, just as like my what the hell stream, like WTF stream. Usually that's reserved for Fox Hunt, my favorite FMV game, or Double Switch, or Ninja Gaiden 3 Vanilla, as in why is this a game? Who thought this was okay? Let's see, Proto Man, Bass, Duo. Yeah, it's fun to watch a speedrun of it, but it's like, you just don't want to do it. Select my stage. Is this Jiminy Man? Ninjutsu. Plant barrier is powerful, opponent attacks will be useless. Euro Man! Euro Man! Don't tell me it's gyro, it's Euro. It's delicious sandwich man. Yes, but what are they? Because I have not played this since probably about 10-15 years, to be honest, so I have no idea what they would possibly be. You should be able to find Wily. Or is it Willy? Or Dr. Wowie. You charge and press something on directions. Try things. Alright. Euro tuck. Throw Euro into your mouth. Be really delicious. Oh, we gotta go for the man who's a box in a suit, because Capcom just didn't spend any enough time on him. Yep, so that seems to be a fireball. Charge of the fireball motion, at least. Let's see, do I have a DP? Nope. Oh. Season wants to turn you around there, at least with the stick and my terrible lack of control. Oh no! I DI'd. Nope, I'm back. Everyone should have a dash slide. I forgot about that technique. Press and kick, rock upper. Yes. Okay, so... don't have a double jump. I guess I'm used to playing Rockman and Forte, where he had the double jump. Atomic Fire! And a wall jump and a slide, okay. Yeah, it's like a dash for him in this game. Yep. Okay, what? Okay, so Isaac, I thought you were like just joking around there, like oh, different names here. No, he does have a crescent kick. I don't know how I did it though. Okay, so it is a fireball, looks like. It's like, why is it not letting me switch off? Okay, there we go. It's the rock and slide. Got new weapon, plant barrier. He uses sticky icky smoke. It's super effective, man. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Doritos are way better than Tostitos. Buble man. Do I have lead bubble? Okay, this is like SpongeBob level thinking here. Like, why does this happen underwater? Okay, so you cannot dash through somebody. Can I say Bubble Man gave me crabs? Literally. So thinking about Mega Man and all the other fun stuff, and the first game it kind of appeared in would be Mega Man 7 technically, but nobody played that. Mega Man 8, I got my Satatur, or Satiator, what do you want to call it, the plug-in device for the back of your Sega Saturn. So I need to load up some games for that. So tomorrow's stream, pardon me, which I'm still planning to do, hopefully around 7:30, because I have to work on Monday. Load it up and play some stuff on that. Okay, so I guess I have to be like fully charged yellow. Bluesman! I mean, Proto Man, yes, that's what I meant. It's like, oh good, I can grab a drink. And I'm like, oh crap. Need to pick up things off the floor. Did you truly believe you could fool me? This will enhance your power. Be careful when using it. It's not completed yet. It might break you? Shadow Blade, because Shuriken is somehow copyrighted. I really don't know if that's a thing or not. Yeah. Yeah, remember the time he had that defective power core and he went to see those kids in the orphanage and gave them all cancer? Oops. They're like, that's terrible, you can't joke about cancer. It's like, my mom died last year from cancer. Get bent. So do these, like, is there, like, an actual weakness to these things here that I just haven't noticed? Because it doesn't seem like I have, like it's doing too much damage. I mean, I know it's an arcade game, so they want it to be like the actual Mega Man where you just like destroy everybody in one hit. Yeah, it's what I was thinking, Pat. It was like, okay, there's probably an actual weakness, but it's just not going to do much of anything. Okay, I guess that probably was a good sign that that might have been the weakness. Yeah. So this actually does the most damage to what we've seen. Yatta, which in Japanese means yatta. It actually means I did it, or hooray. I've actually seen this game in an arcade one time in my life. It's the Crusher Dater from Mega Man 7. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Whoa, wait a second. It took off my centaur arrow, or was it already gone? See, now, if you ever played the Mega Man X games, the long-standing joke was that you got Street Fighter 2 moves. You could do a fireball in X1. And then in X2, you had a Dragon Punch. So X3, natural, progression of things would have been Hurricane Kick. They didn't put any Street Fighter 2 moves into that game. I'm very disappointed still to this date, many, many years later. Dr. Wowie! Yeah, this is the We Want Your Money stage. Yeah, I think Pat and I had a couple battles over the internet back in the day, doing two-player early GGPO when it used to support. I did this. Oh. No good ending for me. Show my butt. And of course, we had the wonderful Mega Man 7 ending, where it's like Mega Man finally snaps and was gonna straight up murder Dr. Wily. It's like, yes, do it. Let's say it by you and Mega Man. In that game where you talked really funny, would call him Dr. Wowie. So I wanted to thank you for that. I went to you as paid. Dr. Light, have you noticed that this energy is a lot like mine? And highly radioactive. You should probably stand back. I found that alien energy. Ooh, on Earth. Really? Yeah, by the way, it attracts predators. You might want to run. The energy is too dangerous to remain on Earth. I'll bring it home. Thanks. I must leave now. I must return to my home planet. 2 frames up. Duo, do you think we'll ever meet again? Yes, many times in the franchise sequels. Someday when Capcom remembers I'm somebody in the franchise, yes, I promise we'll meet again. Really? Base's End features Zero? That's crazy. Mysterious new character, Duo. He does not seem to be an enemy. But who is he? Have you tried playing Mega Man 8? Why didn't you buy it? What happened between him and the Mega Man in the past? What did Dr. Light mean by alien energy? Oh, because I couldn't tell who was talking because there was no quotes to that. Yeah, play Mega Man 8 to find. I was joking about that whole thing, but nope, it was a promotional tie-in to the game. Programmer, you! Alright. See, Mega Man's ending alludes to Light wanting to go further and create X. Makes sense. I mean, X's beginning, I guess, attract mode for the Super Nintendo does say he's like, hey, don't open this thing up for 100 years, we're running tests on it. They do it anyway. So I always makes me wonder about the X games. You have like Dr. Light's capsules popping up everywhere. It's been like 100 years since he placed those. Hoping that randomly his creation, Mega Man, would stumble across them in the time of need. And how does he know that like it's still like, well, okay, I'm gonna put this here in this ice cave, and hopefully in 100 years someone doesn't build a Wendy's in this, Wendy's parking lot. Alright, so what other game we have we can do? So if you have any suggestions, give it out right now. Let me know. I'll be willing to play it there. Give it a go. Any type of arcade game. If it's supported by Firebird Neo, that is. Light's interactive dialogue? I have no memory of that. Of course, I kind of stopped. Unpopular opinion, I didn't like Mega Man X4 at all. I played 5 and 6, and that was pretty much it. I kind of, like, I don't even remember anything about it other than, like, 5 is, like, trying to crash a space station, I think, onto the planet. And then 6 is tied directly into it, and by that point, pretty much became apparent that the games were built around Zero and not Mega Man anymore. Alright, let's pick a game. Okay, let's see. I'm going to need to select all. I wonder if this is a thing or not. I didn't really... That's the thing. It's like, I did not like Mega Man X4. And everyone says I'm crazy, and I understand it, and that's fine. I accept that fact. I just never really liked it. Nope, wrong one. Hold on. Game. I'm not sure what version AAA is, but... The Anonymous Alcoholics Anonymous, brought to you by the Department of Redundancy Department. There's intro being so damn quiet. Like, the balancing for this was so off. I've never seen... I take it back. I've seen a six-player cabinet once in the wild. Only one time. And everything else was always like 4-player run together, but like But the 6 player was like this monster two monitor thing that uses like a mirror to duplicate it, and it was pretty cool. It's like when you buy this on Xbox 360, if you can buy it on the Xbox 360 or PS3, um, it's actually the 6 player version by default. All right, let me configure my controls real quick. Yeah, if you like this game, there's a game called Metamorphic Force, I believe it is. And it's basically this game. It's a lot of fun. It's very much X-Men. X-Men. Medium, that's fine. Game over after second round. I'll do final stage. Yeah. Why is mono default? Come on, put in stereo, guys. Let's do it. I don't want to wait. Our lives could be over. And it looks like Twitch is dropping frames on me again. Yay, Twitch, you suck. So if you had a whole bunch of drop frames there, I apologize. It seems to be Twitch is doing that nonsense again. So apparently by changing that one thing, I have broken the game. All right. What's the thing is, like, every once in a while they get it right and it works perfectly for months on end. There's no problems to it. And then they forget to feed the hamsters they have running around in circles to power their servers, and you just start dumping frames on everything. It's not my internet connection that does it there. It is like literally their servers. You can pull up like trace routers and like run it to their servers, which is funny because they're actually not located where they say they are. But and it's like their end is just causing spikes. Okay, let's dare to do this again. I'm gonna put this in stereo. If it forks it again, okay, it actually seems like it saved at that time. Okay, we're good. So saved everything from before. Okay, so we're gonna do kind of like a round robin thing approach to this. So sure, I'm gonna be credit feeding like crazy because I'm terrible at these games. I am not a 1cc master like Lord BBH. But whenever I die, new character, we go into the next one. So next one will be Colossus, then Wolverine, Storm, Nightcrawler, Dazzler, which I don't think anybody ever liked and knew who the hell she was, but...
Cyclops.
In the 21st century, evil mutants led by Magneto aim to destroy the world. Humans can do nothing against the power of the evil mutant. The only hope is X-Men.
Go and save the city.
Oh yes, the city. Hold on, I gotta turn up my lights. There we go. Alright. Ha! Oh no! My blue Spedex didn't save me from anything! Remember when Sentinels were huge? Yeah, they had to kind of scale those bad boys down. And I think this is another game where the Japanese ROM is a lot easier. I know The Simpsons is definitely ridiculously easier. Yes. Let's definitely not admit the fact that, like, X-Men is an allegory about, like, human rights and civil rights and all that other stuff and prejudice. Because, I mean, let's face it. If people were to show up and, like, be able to shoot laser beams out of their eyes or super healing factor, we wouldn't be like, oh my god, kill him, get rid of him. This is... It's like, we'd be like, I want that. How do I do this? You know, it's like, they would not be pariahs. They're like, you can fly? Please, show me how I can do this here myself. I would like to fly. Better yet, give me the ultimate superpower, which is everyone's like, I want to be able to fly. That's great. That's neat. I want super strength. That's cool. My superpower? Control probability. What's the probability that $1,000,000 is going to show up right next to me as I sit here? 0, huh? How about I change that to 100? How about, if you're about to punch me in the face, what's the probability of you breaking my teeth or smashing me in the face here and hurting me? 100%. How if I change it to 0? Best superpower ever. Nobody thinks of it. It's like, yes, I want that. Japanese version is charges for power uses. US version eats health. Oh, okay. Huh, huh, huh. And that's the thing I never really understood about the X-Men games. Is like, okay, you have all these fantastical abilities and powers, we're gonna limit how many times you can use it. I mean, I can kind of understand because it kind of break things. But then you have games like Mutant Apocalypse, I think it was, like the Super Nintendo game. And that one's basically, because it's a Capcom game, it's like you can do all the moves you want, you just gotta do Street Fighter inputs for your specials. It was a lot of fun. But this was a machine back in the day. It's like, if you saw this in an arcade, there's almost always somebody playing it. Yeah. Alright, what's your special? I shoot flames out of a backpack. No, how's that a mutant ability? Don't ask, okay? Yeah, it's a lot of fun multiplayer. When it came to Xbox and PS3 versions, that was a lot of fun because there's a lot of people on there. I have no idea how it is today, but I did get into some 6-player fun. And of course, we also had the X-Men animated show, which I think was out when this game came out. It must have been, because I mean, it was like X-Men was like super hot property at the time in the early 90s. And I have the entire show on DVD, and I went back and watched some of it. I'm like, this did not hold up well. It was like, you're a kid, like, this is the best show ever. And like, I watched it, I'm like, it's kind of cheesy. U.S. market operators demand a maximum amount of play in their credits. Playtime per credit. Explain difficulty. But then, like, you come across a Neo Geo machine in an arcade, and if they were not sneaky about it and they didn't turn on the indicator showing you what the difficulty was set to, you find some machines return to 8, which is the highest level of difficulty. And as an owner of a Neo Geo machine, I can, like a cabinet, I can tell you that the games cheat already. Neo Geo games are fun. Oh, good, it gives me energy as soon as I die.
Colossus.
I mean, they're cheap input readers, but they're fun. More fun 2 players, but level 8 is insane. Like, everything you do is instantly read. I get Colossus from Deadpool. Feels funny. Yes, Deadpool. I went with my mom to see that movie. It was fun. She loved it. Yep, we went and saw Deadpool 1 and 2 in the theaters. She used to love action movies. Yes, it's like, oh yeah, Colossus was a thing. of course, the Deadpool movie makes it jokes about it. It's like, okay, it's like you got Colossus and like, you know, Teenage Mega Warhead. Is like, what? It's like, could we only afford B-lister X-Men? It's like pretty much, you know, it's basically whatever they can get for cheap was Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. You know, like nobody knew who the hell she is and still don't. That's right, punch them in the junk until they die. That's the Colossus way. Hello, Blob.
Nothing moves the blob!
I just have no idea how many credits that is, so it's like a stop for a second. It's like, alright, cool. Let's just super flood it. It's like, Wolverine, oh, he's got healing factor. Is that gonna be a super? No. His super will be this. Shoot beams. Why not? Wow, okay, grab it right out of the air.
X-Men. We have been taken by Magneto.
I don't know how. I mean, I could literally give him a lobotomy just by thinking about it, but, apparently I'm pretty useless. Sure, he's got a helmet on, but I mean, the guy's like, what, 90 years old? I can just, like, run into him with my hover round and knock him over, and his hip will shatter. It'll be amazing. There's a YouTube clip of, like, I think it's like 3.5 minutes of Professor X just being useless. Yeah, you couldn't go too individual for their powers. Would have been cool, but it's like you got to keep it simple, and it's also the time frame too. I mean, you're working with limited arcade hardware and specs, and couldn't get too fancy. And then, of course, you also had the potential to completely and totally break the game, which apparently, talking to people who can 1cc this, Dazzler is actually like the best character in this game to 1cc with, and the easiest. Apparently, she's the best. That's what I've heard, at least. I have no verification this is true, because I don't do this game, so... Yes, we'll see eventually. Well, depending upon my gameplay, and I like to say I have amazingly mediocre gameplay, but I just try to have fun with what I do. Huh. Oh, easily. I said, we need your money. This is back before Wolverine became the bub guy. Hey, bub. What's up, bub? Bub. Yeah, bub. So I'm trying to see what the indicator is for my special. Okay, so this must be the Japanese version because it's actually draining my life. Okay. So I wasn't paying attention because I remember like the American version, North American version was like you'd have an icon for your mutant powers. You can only use it like twice per round or whatever. Actually, it looked like it was in the options there too. I was like checking them out to start with. At this point, he's going by Spider's amazing friends. Angry Aussie. That's a good way to put it. Welcome to die.
X-Men, welcome to die.
Years later, somebody making Mortal Kombat Annihilation was like, we gotta put this line, something like this into it. Wendigo. I mean, we could have put, like, you know, Sabretooth in here, but no, well, this guy's cheaper.
Go and rescue Kitty from the cave.
Kitty from the cave. She's a pretty kitty cat. How does Kitty Pride get captured? She can phase through walls and any objects. She could just turn on that ability and, you know, let the handcuffs fall off. Just saying. I think she wanted to get captured. I think she wanted some Wolverine and X-Men action. And of course, you turn on your ability. What stopped you from falling through the earth at that point, really? This is what I do. I could spend my time thinking of cures for cancer or what ails society and how to fix it. But no, I think of these things instead. Oh, some nice music separation on this for stereo. Wearing headphones, I'm like, oh, this is kind of nice. Does she have to? Yeah, but it's not like she's not like Nightcrawler where she has to like see where she's going, you know, or else it's got to be a big problem. She could just basically go, okay, I'm just gonna start phasing through everything right now. At least, my understanding of it, at least. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not an expert on this. Meaning I've actually been laid before and had human relationships. Haha! Easy joke. Oh sure, give him move priority. Alright, here we go. We're up to Storm! And her amazing baton powers. Heard Storm is also really good too, so she does have some pretty decent reach. Now, I don't remember her ever having this, like, conductor's, like, you know, band marching baton. Yeah, the storm's not too bad. I'm kind of surprised. Because everybody wanted to play Wolverine. Wolverine or Nightcrawler were actually like the really popular picks in arcades I went to. Because normally I'd find like 2 or 4 player cabinets, but usually it's like a 2 is more common. So I only saw the 6 one time ever in all my worldly travels. I have no idea who this dude is. Exactly, everybody wanted to be Bart. Actually, yeah, I mean, Bart was so popular, he did play super awkwardly. I still don't understand the mechanics of that game, actually, to be honest. But yeah, it's like, I actually ended up playing Homer a lot more. Nobody really liked Marge. My brother would play Marge. Marge or Lisa were his picks usually. Yeah, I still don't understand how the mechanics for The Simpsons arcade work, like for how you do the pair-up attacks or anything else there. And of course, you know, Simpsons arcade is another fun thing I get to explain to people about why when Marge gets electrocuted in that game, you see she has bunny ears underneath her hair. And the reason why is because Matt Groening, before he lost control of the entire series and show, wanted Marge to be a space alien. Because the game was made before, I think it was like right before the first season ever came out of the show, like officially from its own standalone thing, apart from the Tracy Ullman shows. So he wanted Marge to be a space alien. He also wanted Homer's side job to be Krusty the Clown, which would have been kind of fun. He might have done 1 or 2 interesting things, but it wouldn't have worked out instantly. But you know, for the long term. But yeah, that's why she has rabbit ears in that version, because she is a space alien, which would basically make her kids, Bart and Lisa, half alien. Thankfully, because Matt Groening wanted to make a animated Family Ties type animated show where it's all less on humor and more about family drama, around the end of the 3rd season he got pretty much booted out, and then the show went to comedy and was fun from seasons 4 to 10. 11's kind of pushing it, 12 is the absolute maximum, and then just went to garbage after that and is a walking zombie husk of a show. But that's just my opinion, the correct opinion.
You must rescue the professor!
Ah, okay, cool. So that's how you do it. I'll go back in my time machine and tell myself it will be amazing. If I'm ever around other people who can all agree to like suddenly stop moving for a couple seconds in an arcade machine, which is never. And zippity-zap! Yeah, that's the problem with Nightcrawler, is that his does not like hit everybody on the screen usually. Good job, me. Oh, I interrupted her speech. Okay, not sure who laughed there, but alright. Doesn't really sound too feminine. That'd be for an interesting task idea. I don't know if anybody's done that yet. I should look into it, ask Nimix about it. It's like, hey, Nemix, have you heard of anybody doing a 4-player, 1-controller Simpsons arcade? Alright, here we go. Dazzler! Yeah, she's actually pretty fast. She's got good movement speed, for sure. Excellent range to be it's actually surprisingly farther range and good throw. Okay, yeah, I can see why she's like why she's considered really kind of overpowered in this game now. Even though it's funny, it's like it's just one of those things people just didn't know who she was, didn't want to play with her, she wasn't popular. Yeah, she is like really, really fast. See, this is what size sentinels are supposed to be. Mojo people? Really? I think they're from Mojo. Move on! I can't move on. My girlfriend she's stuck. Do you think she'll take me back? I mean, the restraining order really means that she loves me, right? She's paying attention at least.
Juggernaut will flatten you.
Bitch! Yeah, X3. Let's not talk about it. Although Wolverine was a lot of fun. Not the character, but like the actual Wolverine movie. Yes, I'm related to Professor X! Haha! Stepbrother. It's either stepbrother or half-brother. Can't remember which one it is. The lore. It's like, we're gonna take the Juggernaut, this huge, imposing hulk of muscle that once head starts moving cannot be stopped. We're gonna make it like some skinny. He's like the actor that they actually had for him, and like X3 was actually not really that skinny. He's kind of bulky in real life, but you just can't translate that human-wise into film and give him a helmet there and literally make him look like a giant running dick. Not really that intimidating. Deadpool did it right. Deadpool 2. You know, of course, it was like CGI, but that's how it needed to be done. It's like big hulking and intimidating guy just grabs Deadpool the first time they meet and just literally rips him in half.
X-Men, nice job. Magneto is over there. Follow me.
Why is my voice echoing?
Aha, you fell into our trap.
Cyclops is like, oh my god, Professor, you can walk! And Mystique like, god damn it, you're stupid.
Colossus.
Yes, throw them the opposite direction from the instant lava death pit. So, Final Bird Neo, version 1.0.0.02, which is what I'm using right now. I like it a lot better than MAME. Actually has a lot more improvements that you can do on this. You can actually do Lycum games now, so it supports like Revolution X and Terminator 2. Thank you, dude. Really? But it also supports, finally, the Battletoads arcade game. So it's pretty cool. I like it. So that's what they do. Okay. So there's a bunch of pyros. Is that like a pyromania? Is that what we call it?
Wolverine.
Wow, it's just like conga line of pain. Yeah, this is definitely the give us your money. You've been playing way too long. Cheese for the win. Oh. I have no idea how many like credits I have left that I like randomly slammed in here. Why does my Hollow sound exactly like Wolverine's? I don't know. What's a hitbox? Okay, he's all kablabby.
X-Men. Magneto is planning to attack Earth from his asteroid base. You must foil his plan before it's too late. Go after the giant sentinel.
Oh god, we forgot there's no air in space. Dead. It's okay, I didn't stop the Dark Phoenix fight on the moon, which is the only thing the movie's really screwed up. Holy cow, okay. Quick, we'll send out this automotive robot to attack you. It's funny, so if you do it in the air, it just instantly drops you to the ground to do your special. Pop on pop. Okay, this is gonna be real fair.
Dazzler.
Even though they are weakened versions. Hey, Professor X, you feel like waking up from your little senior citizen nap? Matlock's coming on. You can help me out here. Just saying.
Cyclops. I am Magneto. You are nothing.
I am Magneto. Give me the rest of your quarters, punk. You will never have clean laundry. Your mother will be upset with you. Except for I think it's Mystique, if I remember correctly. I don't think this is the end of the game. It's been a while. Yeah, it's definitely Mystique or somebody.
Wolverine.
Yep, Mystique.
Alas, that was Mystique, not Magneto. Magneto is at another place. Go.
He's in
X-Men.
another castle with Princess Peach. Go!
I am Magneto, master of magnet.
Not magnetism, magnet!
Come, X-Chicken.
Somewhere. X-Chicken. Oh my god, I forgot about that line. Somewhere juggalos will be very confused, even more so than by basic things, by what I do.
Come, dead.
It'll be some kind of miracle.
Storm.
If you're gonna credit feed, don't tell me I found the strat.
Kill you.
Nope.
You are dead. Nightcrawler. You are nothing. Kill you. You are dead.
I forgot about all these lines. I don't think I ever beat this in the arcade. I mean, I never saw anybody do it. I mean, you'd see games get beat in the arcade sometimes, like Simpsons Arcade or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But this one I never saw played all the way to completion.
You. Shield. Dead. You are dead. Dead.
24 remaining credits. Magneto is defeated. X-Men succeeded to rescue Professor and return to Earth with the victory. Oh, I love English. But still, the battle against the threats of the evil has just begun. The struggle of X-Men will be continued. Alright, so as the credits play out, if you have a suggestion you'd like me to play, go ahead and drop it in the chat. If you're lurking, that's cool. Just make your suggestion if there's something you want to see, and then go back to lurking. Lurkers are always welcome to my chat. As I stretch, pop some bones into place, and take a sip. And get some whiskey. It's gonna be all good. Ow. Game over. My name is neat. So that was the ending. Okay. Some delicious Evan Williams honey, high quality whiskey. Definitely not mid-level. Lower level. That's my favorite. So, let's see. So we've done X-Men. We've done some Mega Man Power Battles. Saturday Night Slam Masters. And accidentally, there we go. I'm like, oh, accidentally closed it out. Let's do another Konami game. Steve! The most cowboy name ever. Romano. Honestly, I don't think anyone... I mean, it's like, you definitely wanted to play as the shotgun. I mean, anyone with the shotgun really is really good in this game. You get the extra spread. Sure, you might consider it a little bit easier, but... Saw this in an arcade one time, played it, loved it to death, found out there was a Super Nintendo version. Bought it a couple years ago before it went astronomically high. Like, I bought it for the Super Nintendo, and I want to say I bought it for around $35 loose. Taking a look while the intro is playing, it's selling on average between $90 to $130 now. It's really crazy, the retro market. It's kind of sad to see games like this getting more and more expensive. One credit, 3 lives. Stereo, please. I have to say, the Super Nintendo version is actually pretty faithful. A lot of it was carried over pretty well. You know, there were some things missing, like, you know, Cormano smashing a bottle over his head, but... And the prostitutes were censored. Retro is crazy better for ROM carts, ODEs, and Mr. Yeah, Mr.'s getting better by the day. I did buy the... I guess we're gonna call it Sanator for my Sega Saturn, so that's my entry into the whole ODE venture. So I need to load up some games into that tomorrow, and that's what the next stream is gonna be. Playing some Sega Saturn games, probably mostly games I already own, and just rip them directly or whatever. Okay, that's not what I was expecting to have happen. Yeah, that animation is not in there. Not in the Super Nintendo version. Yeah, 4-player of this game is pretty insane. And then you have the Sega Genesis version, which really isn't a port of this game. It's kind of its own thing. Which is not bad, but it's just not what I was expecting. Super Nintendo is, you know, pretty much an arcade conversion. I wonder if I can put on turbo. Hold on a second here. Reason why is like my hands are getting kind of tired. And it's gonna rain tomorrow, so I can feel it. It's not moving too fast. If I try the next level, slower. Wrong button. Great. Nope, definitely. This game penalizes you definitely for turbo.
Please continue.
So I've been wanting to get a Sinden as well, which is a light gun that works on LCD screens. I was thinking I'd just buy one, but then, like, because one light gun's like $180, which is pretty expensive. But I'm like, well, if I buy two, because I do want to make a main machine someday. Well, that is really annoyingly loud. Two would be better. I want to have the kickback features too. That's going to cost me like $370 when all is said and done. $370, $380, which is going to suck, but I do love light gun games, which is a lot of people don't really kind of know about me. So I'm a sucker for those type of games on top of FMV. But yeah, so if I get that, it'd be a lot of fun to actually have a stream just playing light gun games. Playing them the correct way, actually, on an actual screen. I still want to figure out how to do that. I'm not sure how I can do this to begin with. Like, if I have my brother move in my CRT, how to capture that on stream with, like, a light gun game using an actual SRT that I'd be playing off of. I got to figure out in my mind, sit down, how to figure out how to run it into a RetroTink 2X, which would then convert that to HDMI, which would plug into my capture card, which would then capture the stream and go from there. So I don't know how to do that, but I'll stop thinking about it someday and try to figure it out, because that'd be fun. Okay, that's a little different. It's kind of fun, like, I'm used to the Super Nintendo version, and like playing the arcade, all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's all these neat things that just didn't quite make it over. It's kind of like you think it's like a really close conversion, then you realize like there's actually a lot missing from it still. I mean, not just like animation wise, but like gameplay mechanics too. Like having to shoot the wheels specifically to blow up the covered wagon. You also have like less spread on your gun too, so like in Super Nintendo version, your gun is like your spread's huge. You cover a lot more real estate.
Draw, Pilgrim.
Whoa, what? Watching the replay. Okay, I walked into that one. It's like, I could have sworn I missed it from the hitbox. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, starting to slide. You can hear the slide animation kick off. Didn't quite make it.
You got me.
Bonus stage. Shoot everybody. A lot easier with an 8-way joystick, but I'm using a 4-way restrictor plate. So that's like a delay to like when you can shoot on these guys. It doesn't seem too obvious, like when you play it, like when you hit up and down on this part, there's like a delay ever so slightly. It can be done. It can be absolutely be done. I've watched Lord BBH's streams and I've watched him perfect it multiple times, so it's absolutely doable. You have to adjust for it and get used to it. You may need to go in there right now, but I think it was the other gun game, like Western, that I remember playing in the arcade as a kid. Gunsmoke. That game was weird, kind of weird. You had 3 buttons, one for left lane, right lane, and then like an upward, like center button for like where to shoot. Oops, slid to that one.
Me in deep big trouble.
This is where I run to the saloon and we have all the prostitutes.
You all right, ma'am?
Oh, those terrible men. Please help.
I blink when I talk. Please help me. It's a debilitating condition. The Smith brothers. Yeah, I remember this fight.
We're gonna blow you away.
We're gonna blow you away. Don't know why I put that pause there. Okay, so you cannot jump onto them. Understood.
Please continue.
Ah, bad timing. And he explodes just like Vegeta getting rammed into the ground at high speed. Like, we need to highlight that horny man up front. Put a spotlight on him.
Oh, you boys are so kind.
I will tell you a secret. A huge reward is being offered for Richard Rose, but be careful, he always has 3 sidekicks with him. Chief scalpel, I forgot about that. Yeah, that was the dumbest thing I've done, just about. I will say, of course, you know, it's the arcade version, but the Super Nintendo version, a lot easier. Yeah, thanks for eating that jump input, game. Also, the carts did not separate. It is Senor, yeah, Senor Ding Dong. I thought you were just a marketing gimmick.
Please continue.
Oh, my hand's getting tired here. I'm not gonna complete this one. It's like, oh, not gonna work. Alright, so I'm trying to think, like, what other fun little game I can play here is, like, probably one last game for the evening. My hands are kind of having it because it's going to rain tomorrow. I can feel it, but if anyone has any suggestions, I am open to them right now. It's always good. R-Type, oh, I'm going to be terrible at it, but I can do it. Quality will not be assured on this one. I think this is why I need to readjust because this screen's pretty huge. Yeah, the bottom's cut off. I hit the wrong button. Give me a second. I'm relaunching the game. R-Type. There we go. So I'm taking a look at the dip switches for this game. It's kind of interesting. So you have normal and hard as your difficulty settings. There is no easy mode, but there is invincibility you can turn on for this. Turn the light back up. There we go. Alright, it's gonna be terrible. We're gonna do it. I used to think like, oh, I'm pretty decent at like R-Type 3 Super Nintendo. Because of all the slowdown, it's not too hard of a game. I have no idea what the audio is like. You'll have to let me know if it's too loud or not, because it's covering up my entire screen for OBS, because of the default resolution. I'll bother, can't credit for them. But, yeah, so like R-Type 3 was pretty, not too bad on Super Nintendo. Because of all the slowdown, lets you maneuver around, pull off stuff, and then they fixed it. They had like a fast ROM fix. Basically, it puts in like SA1 chip that you can patch your game with, and you have no more slowdown. And let you know real quick that you are not good at that game at all. Oh shit, I forgot about that. I'm like, okay, there's gonna be some kind of gimmick here to this. That was it. Remember, I want to say, I can't remember when it was, a couple months back, I actually did a stream where I played nothing but shmups terribly. And this was not one of them, but R-Type 3 was. Oh, bummer. Well, it starts me back here at least. So I was wondering if it's gonna like start me completely over, or... I brought that upon myself, really. So I thought there was it like R-Type 2 that just came out? Got like a re-release, it looks all fancy. I want to say it was 2. Oh shit. Hell. Oh my god, yeah. It's gonna be a wall from hell for me. R-Type File 2, that's what it was, okay. So I'm gonna check out here, because I'm not gonna get too much farther in this game, because I'm terrible at shmups. Let's see. Yeah, I thought I saw it. It's gotta be a bootleg or something. That's a Veritech. Yeah, I haven't played it. It's just one of those things I saw, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. Not sure why this is a 4-button game, but... There we go. Okay, nothing really in here for game-wise for the dip switch. Oh, it's from the movie, okay. Can't remember what the movie was called, but I saw it. God, it's been 20 years? Alright, I'm off to a good start already. Perfect. I just had the lock on for it. That's kind of cool. The tiny circus going, all the crazy animation. There is a YouTube video today by Kenny Lauderdale, I think the guy's name. And it was doing the history of Macross, which is really kind of fascinating to watch as a series, as a fan of Macross. Just explain like how like insane it was trying to get the show off the ground and functional. Alright. My body has had enough for today, so you know what that means. So thanks very much for hanging out, everybody. I do appreciate it. It's a lot of fun to stream, even though today's stream was a little bit short. But it's going to rain, so my body's pretty beat up. So special shout-outs, of course, to Patrick Tamu. Haven't seen in a while, but good to see you drop in. Isaac Gravity for hanging out, and also the follow as well. Greatly appreciated. And let's see who else was chatting up in here, scrolling up through the chat. It's been a while. Blah, 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 blah. Under the Pale for the raid, and just hanging out and being cool as well. And of course, anyone who's lurking, you guys are always awesome. I will be back, hopefully streaming sometime probably around, I want to say 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. It's going to be a Sega Saturn stream. I'm going to be trying out my new ODE I have for the Satator, I'm going to call it, Satator. I'll load up some games onto that, have a nice little 256 gigabyte SD card to throw on. We'll give that a go and see how it plays and functions. It'll be fun. Happened around that time. Keep an eye out for it. Keep an eye on my Twitter as well, which is Wursel555. If something comes up or if I need to cancel or whatever, you will know there, as well as when the stream time will be starting. So keep an eye on it. So that's pretty much all I have to say for now. Let me see if anyone's streaming here. We should host up. It doesn't look like right now at the moment, which is okay. We'll let the random thing decide. But thanks for hanging out, and hopefully see you guys tomorrow for Sega Saturn.